What is up, gamers? It's your boy the Goods, and we are here for episode number 9 of Narcissu. We have moved on to Narcissu second. So here we go. I think GP2 was the bad one. I fucked up. Oh well, unvoiced. Like I wanted that top one, but whatever. Whatever, bro. It's not a big deal. Oh, actually, I fucked up so bad. Hold on. Alright, we're good. Prologue set to me. In front of the outpatient reception desk on the first floor. Spread on the floor, many colors of plastic tape. Red, blue, green. They led the way to various departments. Out of those, I followed the white tape. Walking about 30 meters on the right, the shop comes into sight. Across from that was the smoking room. On the left is the waiting room for surgical examination, and if you continue to the end, there is a small elevator. I get on that, and press the button for the highest floor. Ding! The 7th floor. Before my eyes was the nurses' station. Altogether, some nurses looked this way. But once they recognized me, their eyes turned back, as if they saw nothing and returned to their work. A high ceiling, windows that only open 15 centimeters. Here, it was a white, well-lit, sterile place. And I head towards the lounge at the end of the hall on the left. A large television, a long couch, decorating the windowsills were a number of flowers. Fitting the summer, the many sunflowers in vases and the gerbera daisies and flower pots were blooming colorfully. These were all familiar things. How many years has it been since I've come here? What's different from then are my clothes, changing from sailor uniforms to pajamas. Why was she wearing a sailor uniform? Why was that what she rode up to death row in? Alright, bro. Besides that, the bracelet on my hand, from blue to white, was just about the only other change. You. Turning back towards the voice that called, it was a middle-aged lady I don't know. Her pajamas and bracelet color say she is a resident of this place. Are you visiting someone, or a patient from another floor? That's not it. While shaking my head, I show my own bracelet. I see. The lady replied uncomfortably. I felt the nuance behind those words. And so young, what a shame. Of course, I've had similar experiences so often it was tiring. I haven't lived almost 10 years like this for nothing. It was just, I never thought to have a fellow resident of the 7th floor also turn eyes of pity towards me. How has she been here for 10 years and this lady has never seen her before? Is she new? By the way, which time are you on? What's this? For here, coming to the 7th floor. For an instant, I had no idea what she was asking. But before I could ask a new question, it looks like this is your first. With that, she just up and acted like she understood the situation. Well, then I'll teach you, so listen well, okay? First, in this place called the 7th floor, even though I hadn't replied, the lady just continued speaking. There is no 4th time. The 3rd time you're admitted is the last, so prepare yourself. When you want to run away, head not to Station A, but to Station B. Don't eat anything. It places the least burden upon your family. She spoke about such things, and I was made to hear other things that would give one pause. Most likely it was something only the residents of the 7th floor, only those who were headed towards death, continued passing on. So you understand? Oh, I fucked up. I did want the other one. Once the lady finished her broad explanation, somehow I thought her complexion looked better. Whew, to tell someone young like you, it's upsetting. But this is also a rule, so don't be angry, okay? With that, the lady left the lounge. Her parting words were, you tell new people too, okay? Burning sunlight and the sound of cicadas. A summer sky seen from windows that can't open more than 15 centimeters. Today also looked like it would be a hot day. Many years since I've come to the 7th floor. The first that I've come as a resident of this place. In the rules I had been taught. In practice, they were probably passed down only among those who resided here. But a number of them I had already known. Maybe it was since that day. The fact that I would face a day like today. I might have had a premonition of it. Yo, they're kind of ramping it up. They're actually they're kind of going nuts here. Prologue Himeko, is that us? The rolling sound of bells. Since before I can remember, I existed with that sound. Onecha! What's going on, Chihiro? Getting out of breath like that. Well, look, if we don't hurry... Wait, you're dressed like that again? Something wrong? Oh, you're all greasy and black. What's wrong with that? They're work overalls, of course. They'd be dirty. I just washed those yesterday. Yeah, sorry about that. My little sister gave the usual grease stains a sulking look as she complained. It was the scene of a casual, everyday exchange before the door on a Sunday. Never mind that. Mass, if we don't hurry, we'll be late. Oh, it's that time already. Come, hurry and change. Let's go to the church, okay? Yeah, I think I'll pass. Again? That's no good, One-chan. You already haven't been going regularly. At least you should go on Sundays. Silly Chihiro. It's exactly because it's a precious Sunday that you skip out. Again with that weak argument? Now, even God would overlook it on a day with such beautiful weather. The weather's got nothing to do with it. And either way, you're just going to toy with your car today. So give my regards to Mom and the others. Hey, One-chan. That's tough. Prologue, Himeko 2, best friend. A loud clattering rises in the garage next to the house as I strongly raise the shutters. Alright, shall we get started today? Perhaps because it was closed off, the garage was stiflingly hot. Immediately, I turned towards my beloved car under maintenance, purchased just a month earlier. Sounded good to call it a restoration, but really it was work to simply get it to run properly. First, instead of calling the chassis retro, the word scrap would fit better. Such was the age and condition of the car. However, thanks to that, I've been spending the weekends inside this garage. Someone knocked. Himeko, you around? Over here. What's up, coming all the way here? Yeah, well, I happened to come nearby, so I stopped over along the way. Hey, what's with you? You're all black. Because since yesterday, I was changing the oil pan. Oil pan? Yeah, that was another big mess. But then, there aren't that many amateurs who can get this far. I don't know anything about bread or supper or whatever. Pan in Japanese means bread. Oh, the oil bread. That's funny. Look here, this homemade hoist. Isn't it great? It figures without a winch it's really hard. Yuka sighed. You know, Himeko, it's fine to love cars and all, but a young girl to get all black and be in the garage regularly? What do you think about that? You think that's strange? I don't have to think. It's strange. Well, that's fine, isn't it? You know, for me, instead of frilly clothes like yours, Yuka, I like what I have here. Yeah, you've been like this for ages, that's true. She replied in a weary voice. Her name was Yuka. She also lived nearby, and from long ago, we often spent time together. However, our interests and personalities were polar opposites, and yet we got along for some reason. It might have been exactly because our interests and personalities were different that we got along. If there was someone that could be called a best friend, for me, she would have been it. But still, Himeko, you're quite the eccentric, aren't you? Using your first paycheck on such a beat-up car. Hey, it's not a beat-up car. Jesus Christ. Call it Unos. And even though it's old, this model's quite popular, you know? Oh, is her name fucking Himeko Setsumi? Is this Setsumi? Oh, really now? And because of this, all the way until winter bonus time, it's lone hell. Now, how about you hurry up and fix it and take me for a drive? Yeah, I think by next week it'd run. Great, it's decided then. Even next week. Wait, Sundays don't work for you, right? There's no real problem. But don't you have church? It's fine, I haven't been going lately anyways. From the start, I was a fake Catholic anyways. Hey, is it okay to say that? Yeah, it was just a coincidence that my house was next to a church after all. That's kind of nuts. That's kind of wild. She said, God, whatever. Prologue 3. How many fucking prologues are there? I'm home. The door opened and closed. Welcome home. You've been out quite late, Chihiro. You seem a bit down. Did you come back from the 7th floor? It was the 3rd time for someone I was in charge of. I see. Then it must have been hard in many ways. The 7th floor, That is, the hospital's hospice. Hospice, generally known as the palliative care ward. Essentially, not a typical ward, but one for patients on their final treatment options. A ward with mental care is a primary focus. For us, as Catholics, volunteering as helpers has been very natural. Every day after college, my sister would head straight to the hospital. In her, I could see myself up to a few years ago. Here, I made you some coffee. Thank you. Say, One-chan, you're not going to do it anymore. It? You mean be a helper? Right now, hospitals everywhere are short-handed and it's been difficult for them. I see. But I'm done with it. Unlike you, I only went because I wanted university credits. Oh, saying that again. It's not like it's a lie. Anyway, I'm more worried about you. Me? Yes, about how it's not a place that's suitable for someone like you. My sister fell silent at those words. However, those are my true feelings. In a way, I knew from my own experiences how useless superficial resolve was. At least, for a kind, good girl like Chihiro, I knew that it would be painful to be a hospice helper. So, how was it? What's it like now? Ah, yes, it was the first time I'd been to the 7th floor, so I'm still not used to it. And so, the person I'm in charge of is on their 3rd time after all. It doesn't seem far off. Indeed. No matter how many times they're discharged and then return, there shouldn't be a 4th time. That wasn't something that the hospital publicly said. But even without saying it, if you were involved with the place, you'd learn it whether you liked it or not. Say, One-chan, God, what exactly is he doing, I wonder? Who knows? He's probably busy.
Do you think God's out there, like, making, like he just got bored with us? He's like, I'm gonna go do some shit, like, way this way, like, out of their reach. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go thousands of light years this way.
I said, I'm gonna do something else. How many prologue chapters are there? A few days later, with the main repairs on Unos finished, we went out for a drive.
It really does run great. Actually, let me, like, look up how many chapters this is.
There are 19 chapters.
God. And that's after the prologue, too. It really does run great.
Hey, Himeko, don't go so fast. This is totally safe driving. That may be true for you, but for a driver just on the paper like me, this driving makes my heart jump. Ah, roadsters are the best. Hey, listen to people when they're talking. And hey, what's with this car? What's wrong? Why isn't there a roof? Well, that's how it is. No, not how it is. The wind messes up your hair, doesn't it? Heh, silly girl, to not understand the joys of an open top. Such joys a young girl does not need. Oh, and I spent an hour making it up, too. The sun was still high, and the Unos ran under the refreshing cool of a sky before the rainy season. Soon after leaving along Mountain Road, the deep blue sea spread wide. The sea route continued endlessly. From nearby came the crashing of waves and seagull calls. Even the phoenix palms planted by the beach houses, and each and every one was tall, felt like visiting southern islands. So why don't we take a little break? Sure. Here, canned coffee. Thanks. We popped our cans open. Yuka gulped hers down and sighed in satisfaction.
This shit in the anime, like, it's like, shut the fuck up.
She had just, as if she had just gotten out of a bath, Yuka had her hand on her hip and gulped down the canned coffee in one go. Yeah, they do that shit. She was always decked out in frills, but what shows through is occasionally Yuka's true personality. And then, while holding our cans of coffee, we walked to the beach before us. It's a beautiful place, isn't it? Yeah, the salt air feels good. There's no one around. Himeko, it's amazing that you knew of this place. Yeah. No, I have no clue where this is. Come again? No, exactly as the words mean. Wait a second. Why is it that you, the one who was driving, have no clue? Let's say I was driving around wherever felt right and we came here by chance. Do you mean all this time you've been driving wherever the whim took you? Well, something like that. I don't believe this. And I'm worried about whether we'll be able to get back. But the fact that I went along with this driving for a whole day, I don't believe myself. Now, we'll manage, probably. And then we spread out some newspaper on the beach and started to eat the lunch we brought at a convenience store along the way. To be honest, bringing our own luncheons would have fit better, but both of our best dishes, hard-boiled eggs, couldn't be called extravagant. At the least, we should have brought a sheep. But you know, Himeko, what is it? If you don't have a navigation system, at least get yourself a map. But you know, I like this carefree feel too.
Well, then at least stop with that look. But why? I like work overalls. No, because sitting next to you makes me feel embarrassed. But it's functional, you know. Instead of function, put form first. While we chatted, the two of us continued to eat our lunches. Pines swayed in the salt breeze, and the large phoenix palm stood tall. Occasionally, seagulls came near. Though it was such an utterly perfect place, how should I say, the image of the newspaper mats, Yuka's frilly clothing, and my work overalls, it was all so out of place it was laughable. Say, let's come again next week. No! Wow, instantly rejected. Well, isn't it sad that each and every week it's only two girls going out together for drives? Well, this is a car for two people after all. That's not the problem, is it? Now, let's just say we're partners in loneliness. It hurts to admit this, but I have no counter. Around when the sun that had been so high was hazing over and everything that could be seen was dyed orange. Once again, the Uno drove on. We had played at the beach and now took up a quick route home. Today had been a fun day. While thinking that, I gripped the wheel. But lately, you haven't been going, right? Church? Chihiro-chan was grumbling about it, you know. Lately, One-chan just won't come, she said. Say, once in a while, why don't you show your face? It's fine. Didn't I say before that from the start I was a fake Catholic? That's why it's fine. Himeko. So it's decided that next week we're going for a drive again, right? And this time, why don't we bring lunches? And let's shoot for getting farther than today. Yuka sighed. Fine, I get it. There's just no helping you, so I'll come along. Thank you, just like a best friend. Damn, you want to start the game already? Why are we on the 5th fucking chapter of the prologue? And 1 week later, the church was filling with people headed to Sunday school. It was around the time set last week, when the roadster was supposed to head towards the sea. My figure was found atop a hospital bed. Oh! Here, One-chan, the apple's peeled. Thank you. Eat up, too. You like them, don't you? Yeah. A brief knock and the door opened. Whew, so heavy. Himeko, look, I brought them for you. Sorry, but the shop downstairs didn't sell those magazines. I don't really mind, but next time, could you make them lighter books? And stop with the books for obsessed maniacs, okay? Taking them to the register was embarrassing. I think motorcyclist and American car magazines are perfectly normal magazines. Well, to me they aren't. Now, the two of you. There's a shared room, so you shouldn't be so rowdy. Oh, that's right, sorry. The two people who came to visit me. Nothing need to be said about Chihiro, but even looking like this, Yuka had been the first to rush over. Even before, where I'd be in bed with a cold, complaining all the while, she'd be at my side taking care of me. She wasn't the most true to herself, but she was very kind. That was my best friend. That friend was hungrily eating. It's delicious, isn't it? This melon. Hey, you're the one that's visiting. Don't gobble it all up. Why not? There's plenty. But yeah, when I suddenly heard that you were admitted to the hospital, I was surprised. Yes, I was surprised too, One-chan. And yet, when I rushed over to see... I was so lively. What a disappointment. Hey, you shouldn't be saying that. But everyone was making that kind of face. Speaking of which, Chihiro-chan, what about everyone else? Yeah, lots of people from the company came. They left just before. By the way, the only person to come empty-handed was you. Quiet, you. I brought those weird books for you, didn't I? That was an errand I most definitely gave you the money for. You can't call that a visiting gift, right? Always with the little details. But you know, it really is a happy thing. To have even people that you see every day come like this to visit. And Himeko, they brought you melons too. Well, maybe once in a while being sick isn't so bad. Oh my god. How many chapters? I'm not looking it up. In a few months from then, the time when some early cicadas were calling. In the spring, the visitors came almost every day, but it was now the time when they rarely came. And as always, I was atop a hospital bed. Phew, it's hot today too. Also, I'm not mad that it's long. I'm just like frustrated that it's like a prologue and then there's like other game. It's like, why isn't this just part of the game? You know what I mean? Like, why is this being separated? It's just weird that the prologue is like so long, because it's like at that point just make that the game. You know what I mean? Like just make shit progress naturally. A few knocks and the door opened. One-chan, are you done eating? It's about time to take back the tray. You know, I'm not too fond of this stuff. Ah, and you're leaving the broccoli again. Chihiro, instead of that, buy me an ice cream from the store. No, you've been told to avoid everything except what's prescribed. Now, stop saying such strict things.
No!
Not to mention, just before, you were about to be scolded by the doctors. Okay, I get it. Oh, only your responses are good. Don't forget, you aren't supposed to just up and go buy some at the store yourself again, either. I said I got it. Chihiro gave a weary sigh. Well, it's about time I go. Do you mean up? Yeah, the 7th floor. I see. Don't push yourself too hard now. You too, One-chan. Around the time of the close of that long summer, when the Higurashi were calling to the night sky. Even now, I was here. And today, too, she had come. A few knocks and the door opened. I'm coming in. Hey, you're looking well. Thanks. Yoisho! Oh, and the visiting gift. What? As always, you seem to be empty-handed. What are you talking about? Of course. In fact, you should praise me for coming every day. Amazing. Wonderful. Pat, pat. Ack, stop that. Well then, if you brought a melon, I'd give you the perfect attendance award. I don't need that. We had a childish conversation as she sat in the folding chair next to the bed. The scene itself, by now, is becoming a familiar one. Ah, and it's a Sunday, too. Sorry, Yuka. For wasting your summer away. It's nothing at all. It's not like I had anything planned. And I'm always just stopping by along the way. So, Oh, just hurry up and get better. I'll go driving or whatever with you again. So... Beyond that, her words didn't reach my ears. I couldn't hear them as the cries of the Higurashi in the evening erased them. It's been almost 3 months since I've come here. It was all so sudden, I still didn't feel the reality of it myself. Okay, thank fucking God. Wait, what? Why are there two different... Let me figure this shit out here. Is that where I'm supposed to start? That's what's got me on. What is that? Oh, I fucked up. What's the skip button? Okay, there we go. Wait, what? What the fuck did I just do here? Okay, there we go. Okay. Wait, we're still in the prologue? Oh my god. If you looked around, the leaves on the trees were turning red, and I had become quite used to life at the hospital. Even as the people who came to visit me stopped coming completely, I was still there. Or still here. And again, today, those two had come. Here you go, One-chan. Today's comes with pudding. I see, but I don't want it now. Chihiro, you eat. Didn't you like pudding? No, this is One-chan's dinner. You should eat it yourself. Then, if I eat this, would you buy me a meat bun from the shop? Oh, don't start making strange bargains. A few knocks before the door opened. Hey, you're looking well. Ah, Yuka-san. What, are you being picky about your food and pouting over it again? Yeah, that One-chan, there's just no helping her. Look here! The dull sound of plastic rang out. Ow! Don't go troubling Chihiro-chan now. Jeez, there's no helping you. You didn't have to hit me with the corner of the tray. Hey, hurry up and eat. Eat! I'm gonna cram it in your mouth. Okay already. I was just joking before. Is this mouth still talking? Hey, wait, stop that! Bro? Well, One-chan, it's about time. Okay, say hello to the doctors for me. The door closed with a click. Chihiro-chan is still continuing. Yes, right now she's stationed on the 7th floor, so it's probably stressful. God, I don't like the fucking little, like, strand that's there. I see. That place was the hospice, right? I nodded and bit at those words. And then I finally brought up what had been in a corner of my heart for a while now. Because she was who she was, I wanted to tell her first. Say, Yuka, if, just if, someday I'm put in the 7th floor. Wait, what kind of unlucky things are you saying here? No, listen. If the time comes that I go to the 7th floor, don't come visit me anymore, okay? At those words, Yuka hung her head. I didn't want to see her sad face either. But if it really came to be that I were to go to the 7th floor, It would only make her more and more sad. To see Yuka that way was the only thing I could bear. I didn't think I could bear. Stupid, what are you saying? In fact, I'll come every day. I've got perfect attendance after all. And of course I'll come empty-handed. I'll never bring you anything. So don't say such things. Yuka. Yuka began crying. In that small room, her sobs hung in the air. All the years we've been together, however much we've chattered all night, we had never run out of things to talk about. But for the girl crying right now, I could find no words. Around when the wind changed from feeling pleasant to cold, as always, the two came here. But at the end of one day, a little bit changed. Thanks for the food. Ah, you finished your broccoli too. Yeah, though I don't really like them. Hey, is there anything else you want? An ice cream from the store. And while we're at it, let's say I want a meat bun too. Okay, I'll go buy some now. The door closed with a click. I had meant that as a joke. Until now, no matter how much I asked, it was no. Whew, I'm back. Here, I ran to buy them. Here you go, it's still warm, so it'll be good. Ah, and the ice cream, it's in the refrigerator with your name on it. I see, thanks. If you want anything else, just tell me, okay? And get better quickly. And let's go to church again together, okay? Chihiro, your way of speaking, it's becoming like a helper's. So that's how things are looking, eh? It's not... You don't have to hide it. I hadn't been volunteering just for show, you know. One-chan. Well, it's been over half a year since I've been admitted. I had been thinking it was coming soon. Surprise, sadness, anger, desolation, loneliness. If I had to describe the feelings at that time in a breath, I don't know would probably be the closest. People, when they face a difficult-to-accept reality, even if it's about themselves, they may only be able to feel like outside observers. Christmas. Around when the cold winds of winter blew, and Christmas songs flowed from the televisions, even at this time, those two were always by my side. Still, I haven't been told directly yet, but the day I go to the 7th floor probably wasn't far off. Merry Christmas! Party poppers loudly popped. Yes, Merry Christmas. Look, Oni-chan, I brought a cake. Oh, that looks delicious. Yuka started eating. Hey, what are you doing eating all of a sudden? Why not? There's plenty. Hey, don't take the strawberries like it's yours. Wait, Yuka-san, I'll be dividing it into plates, okay? Fine.
God, I got like fucking hair on me, bruh.
Ah, that was delicious. Sure was, even if Yuka ate most of it herself. What's with that? I came on a day like this, at least let that much slide. Otherwise, right about now, I'd be feasting a wonderful eve away. Such lies, it's not like you've got a partner. It hurts to admit this, but I have no counter. One-chan, here. A Christmas present. I tried knitting a muffler. Well, I'm not sure it came out well. Oh no, thanks, Chihiro. Sure. Really, such a wonderful sister is wasted on Himeko. Quiet, you! You're one to talk, coming empty-handed as usual. Now, the two of you. A common, everyday exchange. A kind sister, a best friend with a mouth, laughing over silly things. The picture of many typical days that had passed over the years. What was different is that today is Christmas, and this is the hospital's 5th floor. And soon, I will be headed to the 7th. Then, Chihiro, while we're at it, there's one more thing that I want. Is it okay? What is it? The Unos. Bring it here. I think it's in the garage. But, One-chan! Sorry, but no matter what, I want to drive it. Opening the curtains and gazing out at the city at night from the 5th floor window. In that clear winter sky, even the large face of the moon shone. And soon, this view, I'll probably see it from a higher place. I'll probably be gazing from a window that can only open 15 centimeters. Alright, I'll bring it to you. Yuka-san. Just like a best friend. I just feel bad coming empty-handed on Christmas. The car door slammed shut. Well, here we go. Yeah. Hey, are you cold? Freezing. I see. It's not really fit for this season, is it? Idiot, realize that before you start driving. Well, that's true. Yuka, I want to go to that place from before. That beach. Yeah, but I'm not really confident. And I don't have a navigation system or a map. That doesn't matter. Drive how you want. Christmas night is long after all. That's true. Okay. The roadster drove along roads with unknown names. Around when the dark night was slowly lightening, it was headed towards that beach. Why did I want to do such a thing, I wonder? The exact reason not even I knew. The crashing of waves could be heard. Unchanged from that spring day, the phoenix palm stood tall. And just when the dark night gave way to the dawn, before we knew it, we arrived at that place. The doors in the car slammed shut. We've made it. Yeah. Really, it's amazing we got here safely. How about it? It's not so bad, right? My driving in this car? Well, if you take away the cold. I know. I'll buy you a can of something. A vending machine rattled, ending with a thud. Hot! This vending machine's really hot! Himeko, you were fine with coffee, right? Then how about milk tea? Jeez, decide faster. Never mind, it's 120 yen. It's not every day that I treat you to something. Look, if you want anything, just say it. Anything? Yeah. Then, I might want maps. Maps? You mean those maps? And in exchange, I'll give you the Unos. Take good care of it, okay? Yuka began crying. Stupid! Don't say such things all of a sudden! You see, it looks like I'm headed to the 7th floor. Maybe it's some kind of punishment. So, will you accept it? The Unos? I can't! I can't take that! And also, Yuka, I've said this before. I don't want you to visit me anymore. She continued to sob. Because when you make such a face, it's hard for me too. Bro. The rolling sound of bells. The church was filling with people headed to Sunday school. The day the cold winter began in earnest. The band wrapped around my wrist changed from blue to white. In the end, the Unos wasn't accepted, but the next day, into my hands, maps were delivered. Why was it that I wanted these? The exact reason, still not even I knew. It was just, from then on, I never saw her. Her perfect attendance stopped there. Damn. I'm gonna end this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one, but for now, we get the fuck up out. Bye bye.